let's go ahead. So today we'll be talking about reports. So now we know reports are part of the manager portal, where a manager can create any kind of reports that he wants. Right? Few reports are already available, and generally reports are categorized into two types, okay? Depending upon the entities that it is handling. They are either part of business reports or process reports. So business reports deal with business entities. It could be your sales in the last quarter, profits in the last 10 years, return on investments, customer satisfaction index. So the focus is the business, the outcome. Okay? Whereas process metrics is about how your application is performing. The performance related entities, all your OOTB properties are part of your process metrics. Right? So things like your SLAs, the elapsed times, if you take a customer service based application, the interaction times of the executives. So all those which define how your application is performing are part of your business metrics. Now, I'll be able to create a report from the manager portal. Of course, yes. So that's from the end user portal, right? When a manager tries to create a report for himself, that is from the end user portal. And for each report that's created, I'll be able to see something called as a report definition in the backend. Right? So you'll be able to see a report definition for all the reports that were created by the manager. Yes. And even when I, of course, when I come across my data types, when I configure a source for it, of course, a report definition is created. Okay. So for each of your, if you see, mostly for each of the data types, you will be seeing a report definition as well. Yes. And yesterday we played around with this report definition, correct? We have added in some filters and all, which is more like a straightforward approach. Looking at the report definition where you have a query, this is like your SQL query tab. You mention all the the sources, and what is the sorting type that you are looking at. Then are there any aggregate columns for you? I mean, are you looking at some bringing in an average or something, or count of something? So all those can be part of the summary column here. Okay. I mean, this is like pretty much basic. We are aware of it. So I think we'll go ahead. We'll see how the how reports would be created, and we'll also talk about joins. Okay. So let us see that. First, I think we'll look at the manager portal once. Which you see different categories of reports. So I think and when you look at the end user portal for reports, all the reports are put in the respective categories. Okay? So all the related reports are put in respective categories. So we can create our own category, and yes, you can create your reports on it. So I think I'll directly go to the reports tab here. And the categories are classified into two types again. Which is like, is this category only respective team? And so that it's not shared across with the other managers. If yes, then you can create a category as a private category. Otherwise, it could be a shared category where other managers would also be able to have a look at your category. In fact, you can create your own category also. Yes, here is where you can create your category and have a look at the existing categories and the respective reports in it. I think this is, I mean, like pretty much basic, but just wanted to, give a quick glance on this. Yes, these are all the public categories and these are the reports corresponding to it. And if I want to create a category, yes, I can create. And you can decide what kind of category it has to be. Yes, here is your private category which you have just created. Now you can add in your own reports. Right, so when I look at, currently there are no reports that this user has created. Okay. But I have to create, I can just click on new report and add, as simple as dragging and dropping in. I would be able to add my columns. Right? So you might have been aware of this, right? I mean, this part where you create and all of it.
Yes.
Yes. Right. Okay. So I'm not going into creating of reports again, but instead we'll go back to the Dev Studio. We'll try to join data from different reports. Okay. In fact, we'll see a sub report category, I mean sub report type of join. You can go back. And I have the data types relating to student, is it? Okay, so let's take the student data type. I would like to, so there's grade, first name, last name, score, and essay. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll create another data type for scholarship, and I would like to combine the student and the scholarship reports together. Okay, so let's have the grade as a key here. I mean, it could be, you can have another unique identifier if required. Grade is of the type text. I cannot have grade as a primary key. Yeah, in fact, you can have, because I don't need to repeat it. Yeah. Yes. So depending upon the grade, we'll allow a scholarship for the student. Now, it's always a good practice to not touch the default report definitions provided by the platform. Now, when I configure the source for this, the platform will provide a report definition for me, right? It is good that I don't touch it. Instead, I can just save as it, then I can work on it. So the base thing is not touched. Okay, so here is your report definition for, so let me add in a few quick records here. So what did we define on the grade? Okay, some A, B, C, like, okay. Okay, so for each of the grades, I need to have a specific scholarship. So grade is A, the scholarship is for 100%. Is B, then we go for 80%. C, 75%. And D, 60%. Okay, so for each of the candidate, for each of the student, I would like to see with respect to the grades, what is the scholarship that they have received. And the advantage here is that even the reports are enabled for delegation. Suppose the management decides that no, you're not going to give any 100% of scholarship going forward. Yes, I can just directly delegate this report definition, and the business can change this as and when required. Okay, so that one more advantage when it comes to the reports. Okay, fine. Now let's go ahead. So scholarship is going to be a sub report for me. Let me open the reports. This is your data dash student. Okay. In fact, I'm not going to disturb this. I'll use it as a save as, and I'm going to name it as a student report. Okay. And even for the scholarship also, I wouldn't like to disturb this. So let me just do a quick save as. Okay. All right. So now my agenda is I would like to bring the scholarship details onto the student report. How would I do it? So you have a specific tab when you're looking at joins. So a data access tab here. Okay. And if you would like to bring in an entire set of other report onto an existing report, you have an option called subreports. Okay. So your student report is considered as a main report, whereas the others that you would like to join, it could be one or many, whatever you would like to join. So those are considered subreports. Okay. Subreports is not a rule type. It's not a category. It's just that we are assuming that this data will be added onto another table. It's just the naming convention. Okay. Right. So now what is your sub report? My sub report is going to be the scholarship. First, I would like to define a prefix. And what is the class you're looking at? XYZ, FW, HR, data dash. Where is my scholarship? Yeah. Is it HRS or from here? Okay. Right. So I would like to see on this class what all reports I have. I have the scholarship report and this is the default. So let's take scholarship. Now, so what is the criteria that you're looking at? There should be some matching conditions, right? It's not like randomly I'll just put in some records from one report to another. No. So in order to make sure, let us configure. Now here you would define the conditions. Now, how many rows are you expecting from the sub report? Of course, as we are doing this for each entity on the main report, I would like to have it more than one row. Now, how would you like to use the columns on the, how would you like to use the sub report? So I want some new columns to be added onto it. So I will use columns to include. What is your condition? How would you like to join your reports? Are there any filter conditions here? Not any filter conditions as such, but whatever grade I have on the main report, for those grades, I have to share the scholarship. Let me add in join conditions. Okay. So the sub report column is what would you like to join, or what would you, what is your criteria? Is the grade. It has to be equal to what?
The student's grade.
Correct. Correct. So student grade is, as we are on the same context, so directly I get it as a grade. I would like to. Are you looking at only matching rows? No, I want all the main report records to be available. So I'll go for include all rows in the main report. The main report has to be as it is. Just for whatever the candidate's grade, accordingly, I'll share the scholarship. That's how I want it.
So this is same as left join, right?
Sorry?
Because
Yes,
this
you
will
can.
be same as left join.
Correct, correct. Okay. And I don't have any filter conditions or parameters on the sub report. So, we can ignore this part for now. So I don't have any parameters to be passed in for this second, the sub report. The one that is there, we have already passed it in as the grade. If at all there are more, I need to separately add them here. Okay. Submit. First, I'm going to save it. Now, let's go back. Now, yes, the join conditions, filter conditions, all were good. But how do I add that new column? And go to the query. Now, you can click on add column. But can I give in scholarship directly?
No.
Because I don't have it on the scope of data student. It's only on data scholarship is there. But it is through the prefix. The prefix that you have mentioned. So your P dot. P dot, suddenly you see the scope has changed to the scholarship, the data scholarship. I'm going to change P dot scholarship and then I'm going to save it. Let us do this. So as per this report, ideally, the student have only 5 records. 5 user defined entities. But now, after we have joined, so I see along with the 5, I see scholarship also according to each of the grades. For A, it is 100. C, it is 75. For D, it is 60. B, it is 80. So we were able to bring in data from 2 different reports and we were able to put it together. Of course, the one is called the main report. The other one is your sub report. Okay. Likewise, you can add in data from multiple reports onto your main report. Maybe I have a customer data. If I would like to bring in all the, not customer, maybe customer isn't right. Maybe I have an address data type. And for each student, I would like to map the respective address. Then I can add it as a sub report onto the student main report. Yes. So are we good with this? The sub report kind of a join. Are we clear with this?
Yes, Neha.
Okay, right. But just that we just need to take care regarding the configuration. Where is it? Yeah. So only this one is a little important thing. As in what you are configuring, what is your match criteria. So these options, each option is a different thing here. Okay, so are we good with this?
Yes. Question on the filter conditions in the reports, Neha, not on this.
Okay.
This is
Okay.
clear.
Okay. Yeah.
Student report.
So the earlier one, should I take it? Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Okay. Can you scroll down? Okay. Here, now we have given in the filter conditions first name and last name because these are the parameters that we are passing to these report definition.
Okay.
But if I want to add another filter, will I be able to, even without passing the parameters tab of this report definition?
Even without the, if you are not expecting any input, if you're not expecting any external input, then I think yes. Let me just remove this. Here, if you observe, okay, I'll let this be. Let me not touch this. Now, for example, my other condition is depending upon some date. Okay. For example, grade. I would like to now I should get the records only that have a grade called A. How many I have? Only one. Right now here grade is not a parameter for me. It's not, I'm not receiving it from any external source, but still I am able to filter it through giving this value here. This grade is not parameter for me.
So the value we will have to provide if we are not passing it as a parameter.
Correct. I mean, either way, you should give it some input, right? Either you give it on this context here, or you receive it from some external source through a parameter.
Okay.
And if you observe, you can also select some functions, or you can build some. There are some options here. You can select values. See, you see all the available values for this. You can select from among this. This filters out both A and B records now. Okay, let us see it. So you see, now the records are part of A and B. Okay. Ideally, we wouldn't hard code it. So you see now here both A and B are given. Suppose I wanted something related to date. So create date time or so if the date again, can I select some value, something like before or after, would be able to give in a okay, so you see the calendar values are available. Okay, now I would like to see the reports or the records that were only created in the last 7 days. Okay. So if your PX create date time is within the last 7 days, you will see those records on your list. I think all of them were created in the last 7 days. So the one that satisfies this criteria is only one record. I think yes, today we have added it, right? Sachin is added today, I guess. Yeah. So I see only this record turned up. So here my grade and date, these filter conditions are not passed by any parameters. This is internal to this report only. It's not part of any parameter. But whereas first name and last name, I am getting it from some external source. It could be from user or it could be any other thing. They are passed as inputs from other entities.
So here the grade we have mentioned is equal A, B. So what will be the condition for this? A and B or A or B? Or
A
both?
or B. No, it can never be A and B, right? It could be either of them, A or B, because we have selected two values in here. So A or B, either A or B. That's why you are seeing two records. If I remove this, you will see both A and B. Yeah, so you are seeing two grades.
Okay.